All right, hey guys, this is AJ Unlimited here to bring you another video. So this video, first and foremost, is my 200th video on this channel that I will be posting. So that's great. Go us. So this video for my 200th video posted to AJ Unlimited, my top 5 favorite bands of all time. And with each band, I'm going to mention my favorite song of that band and my and a song that I believe is underrated by that band. Many of you probably won't agree with my list because I'm into like old school, like classic rock, you know, like mostly 80s hair metal, but also like 70s and even 60s stuff. So it's gonna be a little bit all over the place, and I probably will sound like I'm speaking Greek to some of you, but just hang in there. And I don't have anything written down. I'm just gonna like kind of speak as the thoughts come to my head. Number 5, the Beatles. The Beatles, if you don't know who the Beatles are, if you've never heard of them, then you must live under a rock, literally, because the Beatles are probably the most important rock band that's ever existed in the history of mankind. If it wasn't for the Beatles, many of our favorite bands and artists and music in general would not exist. Even stuff that's like more recent and more modern. The Beatles are the Beatles. They're just they are the band that everybody has to know about. So my favorite song by the Beatles is "Hey Jude." Very good song. Everybody knows it. Na 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 na. Hey Jude. A song that I believe is underrated by the Beatles is Yellow Submarine. I don't think anybody knows about that song unless I play it. And then they're like, oh yeah, I kind of remember this. But not everybody likes it. I don't know why. I like it because it has good harmonics or whatever. Number 4, I decided to go with AC/DC. AC/DC is, again, one of those bands that everybody has to know about. If you don't know about it, then you're lost. AC/DC is very, very early, like punk rock / I wouldn't even say heavy metal. It's just like a lot of like screaming, like Hell's Bells, and it's like kind of explicit sometimes, a little, with Hell's Bells or Highway to Hell, you know, things like that. But it's good music, and as a Catholic, I mean, I don't agree with the title, obviously, but the music is great. My favorite song by them is "You Shook Me All Night Long," and a song that I believe is underrated by them that I kind of actually just recently discovered is "For Those About to Rock, We Salute You." It's a great song, very powerful, it just hit me in the spot that I needed to hit me when I listened to it the other day. So there's that. Number 3, I went with Motley Crue. Now, Motley Crue is a little bit more out there, a little bit more explicit, not very super inappropriate by any means, but like Motley Crue is basically the highlight of punk rock back in the 80s, mostly like the early 80s. Motley Crue is definitely known for its like just super powerful guitar riffs and loud screaming and just all kinds of bizarre stuff. They say that Motley Crue was the most notorious rock band of the 80s, which I might argue that they're the most notorious rock band ever. The thing about Motley Crue is I didn't really like them that much or even know who they were until right around 2018, 2019 when I started to get into my sister's cover band called Hairbangers Ball. I mentioned them before, and they do a lot of that 80s stuff. So they kind of introduced me, got my feet wet with Motley Crue and other bands. And then the movie The Dirt came out on Netflix, which is just tells their story in an hour and a half long period, 2-hour period, whatever. And it's very, very awesome. The actors are amazing. I didn't know anything about the band before I watched that movie, but I watched the movie and I fell in love with them. And now I know like everything about them. My favorite song by Motley Crue is Same Old Situation, SOS. And a song that I believe is underrated by Motley Crue is You're All I Need. Again, that's kind of like more of a power ballad. But, you know, if you turn the lights down, light some candles, and, you know, crack a couple cold ones, that's a great song. Great powerful song. I love it. Number 2, I went with Def Leppard. Def Leppard has been just a part of my life since I was in like junior high, because my my older brother, would always drive us around in his car to various places and just play Def Leppard all the time. It was always pretty much the same 3 or 4 songs over and over again. And it just got ingrained into my mind, and now I just love Def Leppard. It's part of my childhood. My favorite song by Def Leppard is Pour Some Sugar on Me, their #1 hit. Everybody knows that song. Everybody loves it. Pour some sugar on me. And then a song that I believe is underrated by Def Leppard. Actually, I'm going to go with 2 songs. I couldn't quite decide between these 2. One song is Let's Go, which actually came out like in 2014 or something, so it's pretty new. And it also kind of like has a similar guitar riff to Pour Some Sugar on Me. It's a little bit different, modified, but yeah, it sounds very similar. But it's just a good song. It's just a very like feel good kind of party anthem. The other underrated song by them is Bringing On the Heartbreak, which is again just one of those songs that I kind of discovered one day randomly that I just never heard before, and now I love it. So before I mention my #1 favorite band of all time in the history of forever, I am going to list a few honorable mentions that didn't quite make the list. #1 honorable mention, Poison, with Nothing But a Good Time, Talk Dirty to Me, Fallen Angel, Every Rose Has Its Thorn. A lot of great songs there. The Eagles with Hotel California and Behind Blue Eyes. No, I think that's The Who. Who the hell does Behind Blue Eyes? Yes, The Who. The Who is a good one. Teenage Wasteland. Also, Elton John is great. Scorpions, Bon Jovi, Van Halen. Those are just, just kind of spitting them out there now. Hey guys, AJ here. So I forgot to mention 2 very important bands in the honorable mentions that I felt the need to include during the editing process of this video. And those 2 bands are Led Zeppelin and the Rolling Stones. That is all. Carry on. Thank you. So, what is my #1 favorite band of all time? Ever? Forever and ever? Amen. The one right... My ear is touching it. Queen. Queen is like a religion to me. That's like, you must know Queen. You must know who they are. You must know at least a few songs by them. If I say, do you know who Queen is? You don't even have to like know any of their names. You don't even have to like them that much. You just have to know of them. And if you don't, I'm going to strangle you. Queen has just always been a part of my life, my childhood. My dad had a record player, old-fashioned record player in my childhood basement. And we'd always play Queen down there in the basement. And like I'd play air guitar and stuff. It was great. So Queen is one of those bands that I can pretty much listen to every day of the week, all day, every day, nonstop, and never get sick of them. My favorite song by them is, of course, the one and only Bohemian Rhapsody, pretty much the most famous rock song ever and forever in the history of mankind. And an underrated song by Queen is, in my opinion, good old-fashioned Loverboy. Yeah, nobody ever, again, some of these songs that I am saying are underrated are songs that I believe should be on the radio, like much more often than they really are, and they're just not. And I just always get a kick out of it when I listen to them. It's just, I don't know, I love these songs that nobody else seems to like. So that's my list. And of course, I do have one more song from an artist that I don't listen to a whole lot of his stuff. And the reason why I didn't list like the artist or the song anywhere in my list or even in the honorable mentions is for that very reason. I don't listen to his stuff very often, and it's just I wouldn't consider him as one of my favorite artists or musicians. But Kenny Rogers, the greatest, or I Am the Greatest. I don't know which one. It's just the greatest. It's about a kid like with a baseball and a bat, and he's basically pitching the ball to himself, and that is hands down the most beautiful, wholesome, pure song I've ever heard in my entire life. It makes me cry every single time I listen to it. I literally struggle to hold back my tears because it is literally that beautiful. Or maybe I'm just a little girl, but I challenge you guys to listen to that song just one time. All you gotta do one time, but you have to listen to it all the way through to the very end. And you could thank me later. If it doesn't make you cry, you are not human. So thank you guys once again very much for watching this. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, you know what to do. Please like and subscribe and comment. Email me. My email is literally like posted everywhere in my channel. My Instagram too. I didn't really post that anywhere, but you can look me up. It's AJ Unlimited. And yeah, so email me or DM me or whatever you want. I really would love to hear from you guys. Anything, you know, questions, comments, concerns, good, bad, the ugly, just let me have it. I just want to even if you just message me, say, hey, what's up, AJ, how you doing? That would make my day. Seriously, I want to hear from you guys. So do that, and as always, I will see you next time. Yeah, later, Gators, and God bless.